Beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we here to talk about the pank. What's going on in P Valley? But before we do, I would like to shout out and say thank you to my new subbies. One of them I know, her name is Aretha. The other one, shout out Aretha. Thank you. Welcome to the Beautiful People family. We love to have you. We love to see it. Love to see you here. I appreciate it, honestly. And then there's someone else, but for some reason, I'm not sure why. Half the time, I don't see who the new subscriber is. I know there's some sort of matrix with it or whatever, and something about the account holder. And yeah, half the time, though, it's not showing me who's showing up. So I have another subby as well. And welcome. Going forward, anybody that subscribed to me, if you could, just go ahead and give yourself a shout out in the comments. Just be like, new subby, so that way I can thank you because I'm a very gracious host. And I would like to thank you in the next video because I don't care how big I'm going to be, and we're just going to claim it, right? I mean, as of right now, it's a hobby. I'm tiny. It's a hobby. We're getting there. But yeah, I'm going to claim that I'm going to get bigger. And as I do, I'm still going to have my one-on-ones with all my people, like the comment section and the people. Like, I just love the fact that I am meeting new people that I don't actually know, but after a while of talking to them, you feel like you know these people and you appreciate, and it's a little family for real. So again, if you subscribe, what the hell? If you subscribe, go ahead and leave new subby or something in the comments so that I can tell you thank you because I really do appreciate each and every one of you. All right, let's get to the pank, y'all. All right, y'all. So we start off with mask off. Hey, mask off. Hey. And the girls on the pole, y'all rouletting them, they are so freaking aggressive on that pole. But it works, so okay. But I mean, y'all know how P Valley lets us hear the behind the scenes pretty much and how it sounds. Them girls aggressive as hell. But if you remember in the first season, we had the lady who spent up all her divorce money. She was so happy she had gotten a divorce. She was loving the girls. Well, she's in here again, loving the girls again, and she was really taken with wind. But she's getting these lap dances. She goes into, I guess, the champagne room. She's having a personal lap dance, and the what's her name? The stripper takes off her mask, and then she takes off the lady's mask. And the lady is all with it, though. She's like, yeah, do it, do it. She's all into it. And then the girl sneezes in her face. Oh my God. Then all hell breaks loose. She's like, ah! She ends up running out the room screaming. Uncle Clifford sees her and she's like, listen, whatever happened, this person right here can make it better. And she's going in about how he is in violation, so many health codes. Coming to find out, this lady works for the health department. She gets on the mic and closes the pink down. You guys got 24 hours to get all this stuff together. She want HEPA filters. She want hand sanitizer, everybody masks, like everything, or else 25,000. And they're like, hold on, you look real familiar. Ain't you the one? So then they just started clocking all her tea, nasty tea. And so she takes off 11,000, or either she makes it 11,000. Can't remember, but she gives them a discount and 24 hours to get their shit together. Okay, y'all, correction. The one with the eyes and stuff, her name is not Wind. I don't know where I made that up. Her name is Whisper. So as soon as the lady leaves, they all take their mask off, even though she said leave your mask on. So they're all bitching and moaning. Toya, the one with the allergies, she's still sneezing. Not Wind. Lord, I'm still finna call her Wind. Whisper and Roulette. Roulette is upset because they didn't get a chance to do their set, so she's complaining. And we got somebody named Brazil who's vouching for Toya. Toya always had allergies, so that's just what it is. It's not COVID or whatever. She got allergies, and Roulette is telling her to stay out of it. Stay out of it, Brazil. Ain't nobody talking to you. And Brazil is like, really? Because somebody came around here asking for the girl with the dick sucking lips. Now, Uncle Clifford is still in there. So, of course, his ears perk up. He's like, hold on. That ain't supposed to be going on. Because the girl Brazil says, yeah, you are supplementing your income. You got some other things going on. And Roulette is like, she lying. The girl's like, am I lying? Roulette walks up to her and just punches her in the face. Then we get, whoop that trick. Get him. Whoop that trick. They going crazy, and Roulette is fucking this girl up, y'all. Like she is tearing this girl up, and they are recording. It's just a whole mess up in there until Big L comes and gets Roulette and takes her away. So in the office, Big L and Roulette end up having a moment because he's trying to talk to her about what happened and asking her if she's a wrestler because she had, put that girl in a wrestling move. And she's like, no, I'm not a wrestler. My brother was. And he's like, oh, okay, that's where you learn to whip niggas' asses. And she said, just bitches, just bitches. And he's like, okay. And he's like, you just like my daughter. And he asked her if she misses her brother. And she jumps up like, listen, I'm not here for a therapy session. Fire me if you finna fire me. And he told her to sit down. What am I fire you for? For fighting. And he's like, oh, just for fighting? Because it sounds like what Brazil said is a little, hold a little weight. You coming out that car. What was you doing in that car? And she was like, well, what was you and Eminem doing? Of course, Big L ain't got nothing to say because he wasn't supposed to be doing what he was doing. And she was like, ah, okay, so I got you. So they end up having a drink together. He's giving her some words about being the finesser and being finessed and all that. So I guess they got a secret and, okay. But she's not leaving. And yeah, I just love Wanda. I think she's a really good actress. And her name is not Wanda. It's Roulette on here. But y'all know who I'm talking about. She's a good actress. Yeah, so then we get a recreation of the infamous video of the two girls talking outside the strip club where one of them was like, this upsetting me and my homegirls. I can't believe they recreated that shit. But we at Mercedes' house. She's watching the TV. She's like, why y'all ain't let me know y'all was, shut down? Uncle Clifford was like, it's all good. We're about to be up in 24 hours. So as she's talking to Uncle Clifford, we see Pastor Patrice Woodbine come on TV, and she is running for mayor. And Mercedes like, turn on the TV, and y'all, why Uncle Clifford and his grandma, why they stuff so old? Why is that TV so old? Why they do that? But his grandma is like, oh Lord, there goes the hood. Because yeah, she's saying, say hell to the no 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 to the casino. Patrice Woodbine is just a mess, y'all. So Mercedes tell Uncle Clifford he created a monster. I don't know why he created the monster. I can't really recall. But she ends up getting a text from the coach saying to meet him. He fly in at 4, so he wants her to meet him at the condo. Yeah, I thought he was getting that condo for her to live in. I didn't know it was so much. I don't know. Is that his condo? Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. But I thought the wife said she was getting 10,000 a week in a condo. But maybe I was wrong. I don't know. All right, so then we see Miss Mississippi on a big old billboard outside of a beauty supply house, and she's super frantic. We see Gidget is back, white girl Gidget is back. She's taking her picture for the gram, or she's taking a video or whatever. She's super super hyped. So then of course Demetrius comes over and he's like, "You like that? You like that?" She's like, "Yeah, I love it." But one thing, they got me looking a little mocha tan up there, and I'm like, mm-hmm. See, we chocolate sisters like to look chocolatey, which is what we are. So I understood where she was coming from. But he tells her, nah, it's just the lighting. It's just the lighting. Then we have Lil Murda and his crew over there looking. And Lil Murda's asking his manager, where's my promotions and all this stuff? Where's my billboards? And he's like, you know what? You would look good in some lashes, maybe some nails too, Uncle Murda. And Lil Murda turns around, looks at him, and winks at him. So he ends up having to die. He ain't wait 30 seconds, but the manager dies because they doing that whole murder thing or whatever. Then we get Mississippi and Gidget coming over showing Lil Murda the video of them fighting, and I can't recall what Gidget said, but it was something about ghetto in Houston, and the guy that just got out of jail looked over at her. He ain't feeling her, and everybody is just like looking at her, giving her a look. So I tried to rewind it and see exactly what she said, but maybe it's just the fact that she's a white girl calling stuff ghetto. I don't know, but Gidget, yeah, maybe she shouldn't have come back. So when they getting ready to leave, they tell Big T, that's the guy that just got out of jail, it's his turn to drive. What's her name? Gidget jumps in the driver's seat. If he don't want to drive, I will, because he's so busy looking at the TV on his the news on his phone. And of course, they never came out and said that it was the George Floyd case that they were talking about, but it was. And he's like, come look at this. And he's like, somebody else did. And Demetrius was just like, listen, what did he do? And Big T is like, why did he have to do something? And y'all know Demetrius, it's always one. It's always one black person who gotta be devil's advocate or be on the other team. And that's what he's giving off right now. So him and Demetrius, listen, what's his name? T? Big T ain't feeling Demetrius either. Big T ain't feeling nobody right now. He just all in his feelings. So now we back at the Pink with Haley. She's in there because, of course, she's living in there. I hate the fact that they made her live in there. I just feel like if she don't be this boss, then let her be a boss all around. Like, why she gotta be a homeless boss? I ain't feeling it. But she's living in the Pink, and of course it's haunted, so she's a little scared up in there. And she goes to the door. Somebody's at the door. It's Corbin. And y'all, when did Corbin become so mean? He was just not this mean last season. Last season, he was the nice brother, and now he's turned into one of the other brothers. Like, it's crazy. But he's coming, offering her more money. He ends up offering her 1 million. She's like, nah, because if I can get you to go double that, that easily, then it's definitely worth some stuff, and I'm going to hold out. So that's it for that. All right, so then we get a scene that just looks regular. It just looks normal. It's not so dark. It's not so Mississippi like. And it's Andre going home. So he walks in, and you can hear his wife upstairs making noises. And he runs upstairs thinking something's wrong. And I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking so too. I was like, oh my God, don't tell me this lady got COVID. Because she's a nurse or a doctor. No, I think is she a doctor? Because she ends up saying that the guy is a doctor too. But yeah, he finds her in there, you know, giving fellatio to somebody that apparently they've been knowing, and her family knew and love. I'm guessing it was an ex, because he was saying that, your family wanted you to marry him anyway. And they end up getting into it when he tells her that he's going to run for mayor. But I'm like, y'all done anyway. Like, you literally just caught her. So why are we acting like it matters? So of course he leaves to he's done with her. And listen, good for her. I'm not a cheater, never been a cheater, but Andre was on his own sheet of music anyway. So let him do what he want to do. He wanted to be over in Chocaluca, whatever it's called. Let him go back to what he really want to be. All right, so then we're with Mercedes, and she goes over to the condo. She walks in, she takes off her coat, and she's going straight towards the pole. She's like, Coach, I'm here. And come to find out, Coach isn't there. The wife is there. She says, oh, no, 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 not a big deal. I'm just here getting my camera out of storage. So that's what makes me think that's their actual condo. So I guess I was wrong. He wasn't giving her a condo. She just comes to that condo, but she gets 10,000 a month. Still a good gig. Listen, I get on a pole for 10,000 a month. I mean a week. Okay, so actually, what Mercedes has on is not a leather coat. It don't look like. It looks like a leather dress. It's cute, but she's talking to the wife, and she's like, "Listen, sorry about last time." The wife is like, "Oh, not a big deal," even though I never did that before. And Mercedes is claiming she never did that before either. So she asks her what made her rush out, and she shows her a picture of Tarika, her daughter, and Tarika, and she's like, her daughter, oh, okay, you super mom. Well, I'm trying to be. And I don't know, something just made me think when she showed her the picture of Terica that that's going to come back to bite her. I just feel like at some point these two are going to end up falling out, and I don't know. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, because listen, I like the whole black woman, bigging up the other black women, because that's what they start doing. They eventually starts giving each other, kudos and everything. Yo, then she's talking about Tarika, whatever her name is, her ringtone. Remember, it was like some kind of kitty ringtone. And then her phone rings, the wife's phone ring, and it's like, niggas ain't shit. And it's her husband, and that's his ringtone. When I tell you I got my life, I was just like, yes, ma'am. You better keep it in perspective. All right, so y'all know usually when I do my reviews, I'm watching it back again. So I'm not gonna watch this whole thing back, this whole scene. Basically, we have wifey is falling in love with Mercedes. She's all about it. Mercedes end up taking her dress back off and getting back on the pole while the wife is talking to coach, and the wife is like mesmerized. She starts taking pictures. Mercedes telling her, listen, in the NDA and everything, it was no pictures. Well, this will be our little secret. It's fine if if you don't mind. So they start doing that. She The wife says she wished she knew how to do what she was doing on the pole. She tells her, take your clothes off because you gotta have skin on the pole in order to grip. So she takes her pants off, she takes her little jacket off, she gets up on the pole. Of course she can't do it. So they start, messing around basically, doing the twerking and this and that. And she says something offensive to Mercedes, calling her a stripper or something. And oh, I didn't mean it that way. You can stand up for yourself. And that's what I mean when they were giving each other kudos and everything. Um, yeah, so turns out they end up doing some things. Okay. And then she finds out, or the wife lets her know that, listen, he didn't call you, I called you. Sorry, but she was trying to finish what they started. And I was just like, okay, all right. So yeah, it's about to be a whole lot. We didn't think it was gonna take a turn like this, but Mercedes was all into it. Wifey was all into it. So this is about to be a mess. All right, so back at the Pink, we have, they couldn't find anything. Uncle Clifford and them, they can't find any hand sanitizers, no mask, no nothing. Everything is already, sold out. So then not Uncle, what's his name? Big L has a big rig that pulls up. It's some African guys or whatever. They have everything you need. They have HEPA filters. They got all this stuff. They start taking it in. Then Toy is there, and he's like, why you here? She's the sneezy one, and she has company. She got the other strippers there, and Diamond is there, and all the new girls all over him, because yes, Diamond is very nice looking, we know. They asked Diamond to come back. He's like, nah, y'all need help, I'm gonna help y'all, but that's pretty much it. So they start unloading things and trying to get it back open in 24 hours. All right, so we in the car with the tour, and we listening to the news still, and then Gidget turns to some music, and Big L is, nope, his name is Big T. All these big and littles, y'all, it's hard to keep up with, but Big T was just like, bitch, what you doing? Turn back to I'm trying to listen to the news. And apparently on the radio is DJ Never Scared. So Gidget ends up calling him, and Lil Murda takes the phone, and he tells him, listen, you could be on the radio too if you just give me that feature. And the promoter or manager, Lil Murders, is like, okay, we'll get it going. Lil Murder is like, we don't even know who he wants the feature for, or who I'm gonna be on a record with or whatever. Doesn't matter to him. He's a terrible manager. Doesn't matter to him. He just wants to get on the radio. And I thought it was cool that Lil Murder wasn't like jealous or anything like that. He was like, nigga, you glowing up to DJ Never Scared. So I really like that. Like, he wasn't just like, oh my God, you left me. And so yeah, cute little part. So as Lil Murder and I'm talking about him getting on this record, Demetrius is up front, and he's like, listen, when you gonna talk about getting him some publishing and everything? So then Lil Murder's like, yeah, when you gonna give me publishing? So of course his manager's like, man, shut up. And yeah, Demetrius knows what he's doing way more than Lil Murder's friend. Like, he has no idea. Demetrius is a real promoter, a real manager. He's doing the real stuff for Miss Mississippi. And I don't know why. Well, no, I don't think he wanted to work with Lil Murder. I think that's why he's not Lil Murders. He wanted Mississippi. He didn't want Lil Murder. But anyway, Big T loses it, and he's like, everybody just shut up. So of course Demetrius got something to say. Oh, all this happening because a nigga got killed. And when he said that, Big T turned around like he's just, listen, Demetrius should really shut up. And Gidget is all like, she's just doing too much as well. Miss Mississippi is looking at her because Demetrius says they still gonna party. Listen, we still gotta celebrate. We gonna salvage this night in my hotel suite or whatever. So Gidget's like, yeah, party. And Miss Mississippi is trying to let her know, No, like this is not a celebration. They are rioting. They are upset because a man was killed for absolutely no good reason. And Gidget is just not in the right place right now. She really isn't. She really isn't. She just can't relate. So then we go back to So then we back at the Pink, and all the women talking about Diamond and murder night and everything that they heard about him going crazy, and Keyshawn wouldn't give him none, and he pulled a gun out. Like everybody had the stories all wrong, basically. And we have Big Bone. She's just up there listening to everything, and she's like, "Listen, from what I heard, murder night was off the chain." Then we have Diamond going into the room where he killed Haley's husband. And I guess it's still, we know it's haunted. And listen, he got to go. He is just not about it. All right, so back at the Pink, we have the TV is on. They're all sitting around eating because they've been working all day. So I guess Uncle Clifford and Haley got them some food. And we have the news coming on, and the mayor saying that everything is shutting down at 8 o'clock curfew. They like, damn. So Uncle Clifford is like, everybody can just stay here. Of course, Haley is like, no, 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 because she lives there. And then we get Pastor Woodbine once again on TV acting a fool. She's trying to keep everybody calm or whatever, but she is really acting up some stuff. So Roulette runs off. She's very affected. And then we see Andre come in, and what is it? Uncle Clifford is like, you like somebody who just caught his wife fucking somebody else. And he's like, I am. And I was just like, oh, terrible. And of course, Haley is looking very interested. I'm like, see, now you can have your man, girl. Then we see Roulette in one of the rooms crying, like boo hoo and crying. And y'all, first of all, before I even go there, why Uncle Clifford got her pants all down past her butt, like beyond sagging? It just looks ridiculous. But Roulette is in there, and I think his name is Eminem. He comes in, he's asking her, what's wrong. We learned that her brother was actually killed by the police as well. That's why she's very affected. He was stopped for a busted tail light, and then they claimed he had a gun, and she's like, she know for a fact he didn't have a gun. So she has his name was Demetrius. She has a tattoo on her arm. So he grabs her arm and touches her arm, and they have a moment. Roulette is having lots of moments this episode. So then we have a moment with Big L and Diamond outside. He's asking Diamond to come back and, do security because Uncle Clifford got him doing everything, burning up chicken, DJing, like everything. And Diamond's just like, nah. He's like, you probably need to get out here too. Get out of here too. And we learned that Big L was in prison, and the only person that would give him a try was Uncle Clifford. So he feels some sort of sense of loyalty and everything. He says it's prime real estate, and as long as the Pink is there, he's gonna be there. So then I'm not sure, was he threatening Diamond or what? Because he's like, we need security like you, who knows where the bodies are buried. You feel me? And then Diamond, kind of dapped him up or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Was that like I know that you killed this guy, so you really will come back? Like you have no choice. I don't know. But then we have Big Bone. She's on a motorcycle. She's, of course, flirting with Diamond because who wouldn't be? And yeah, I just feel like her acting was awful. Like, okay, great. That's your girlfriend in real life, but she didn't need to be on the show. She really didn't. She's not a great added addition because her acting is giving me Tyler Perry. It's giving me terrible. Like, maybe next season she'll get better, but right now we don't need her. We don't need all this, oh, maybe this helmet will help, and riding what, the motorcycle or something else. I'm like, girl, are we supposed to care because that's his girlfriend in real life? Because we don't. Yeah, they're cute together in real life, I guess, but we don't need her kind of acting or lack thereof on the show. But he ends up getting on the bike with her, so great. All right, then we back at the condo with Mercedes. She's waking up, and Farah, who is the wife, she's gone, but she texts her and she's like, "Had a great time. Can't wait to see you again." And I'm like, "Ooh, y'all go together. Y'all go together, Mercedes." So she then starts getting all these text messages. Your mom is awesome, this and that. So she turns on the TV, and she sees everything that's going on, all the rioting, all the looting, all the, what happened. And she turns and looks at the table, and yeah, Farrah left her money. And she looks like she feels the kind of way, but I'm like, did you not want to get paid? Like, you literally came and did what you were supposed to do. So, yeah, pay me. But maybe because they go together, she hurt her feelings because she paid her because they like each other. All right, so now we back in the hotel suite, and they doing a little turn up or whatever. Gidget ends up killing Lil Murder. He does his little thing where he dies. Big L, not Big L, Big T is over there watching the news. Lil Murder walks over to him and he's like, "Yeah, ain't you supposed to be, in the room doing your homework?" And Lil Murder's like, "I hate when you get like that." But he goes to the other room. He leaves. And Demetrius turns off the TV. And they trying to give a toast. Big L, not Big L, what's his name? Big T comes over and he's like, "Why you turn off my TV?" Demetrius like, "Yo, this is number one, my TV, my hotel suite. How you gonna ask me anything?" He's like, we trying to turn up. He's like, "Well, I'm trying to not watch the news about stuff that's actually going on." And he's like, "It's the same old shit. Niggas tearing up their own stuff, and and for what?" He's like, "Cause somebody died." So of course Demetrius is like, "Well, let's not keep in mind, let's not forget that the police had to come there for something. So what did he do that brought the police there?" And he was a big ass guy. Like, he's just being so disrespectful. Like, George Floyd brought it on himself. And when I tell you, Big T is just like, it's unreal to him. Like, his eyes bucking out his head. He played crazy real good. But we have Lil Murder's manager who was standing in the middle of them, trying to stop it at first. And then the more Demetrius, the more he spoke and just sound crazy. Yeah, Lil Murder's manager just backed up like, "Shit, I can't try to help you with this because what you're saying just sounds ridiculous." And of course they end up really, really getting into it because Big T don't understand what he's talking about. And I don't either, but I get it because we always, like I said, there's always one or two of those who got to come with a different perspective, and it's wrong. Yeah, so it just gets really turned up when Demetrius is just steady talking about how he was a big ass black man, and the we got the gun. I guess his uncle is a policeman. Yeah, my uncle always say, "What they fighting for? We got the gun." So then Big T is like, "So you back in the blue right now?" "I ain't back in the blue. I'm just saying, So they going at it, and Big T, of course, is losing his mind. He's very loud. And Gidget's like, "You need to shut your ass up." He's like, "You need to shut your white pasty ass up before I," and she's like, "Before you what? Before you what?" So he's like, "Bitch, I will fuck you up. I will fuck your pasty ass up." And I was just like, she should really shut up. I really thought he was going to hit her. And I kind of wanted him to. Sorry. But he ends up stomping on the table and breaking the table. And I was like, "Girl, that very well could have been your face. So you need to get out of there." And we have Miss Mississippi. She has PTSD from shouting and fighting and everything because of her situation. So Gidget is trying to, calm her down. But the whole time she's still yelling at him. And I'm like, you do not understand when to shut up. You can tell she's not one of us because a sister would have been shut up by now. Like, especially knowing this guy just got out. He's bucking his eyes out like he is super crazy and he's coming at you. No, ma'am. You probably want to shut up and get out of there. So Big T goes back to the room, and I guess he's rooming with Lil Murder, and he hears Lil Murder in the shower. Lil Murder, he's not taking a shower, but he's doing his verse or whatever, sitting in a tub, and he goes in and starts using the bathroom. Lil Murder pulls the curtain back, and he's like, "You stay pissing." I guess they were roommates in jail or whatever. And he's like, "Just like when we was in jail." And he's like, "You'll deal with it the same way you did when we was in jail." But you could see Lil Murder looked at him, looked at his little thing. And I was like, "Oh yeah, they definitely had a thing going on." And yeah, they definitely had a thing going on. So then we get this 5 minute situation of Lil Murder trying to calm him down. He's all upset. Lil Murder caressing his face. They hugging. They this and that. And one thing I can say about Lil Murder, the actor or whatever, He's very passionate. He's very sensual and everything because I'm just here for it. Like I am just here for it. Even when he was with Uncle Clifford, Lil Murda, he brings a little bit of the passion to it. So yeah, they end up doing what they end up doing. And I knew it as soon as it started happening. I was like, oh no, this is about to be a mess. As soon as they make it back to Chuckaloosa or whatever, and Uncle Clifford comes back into play, it's about to be a big old mess. And what happens? Yeah, the next morning when they get up, Lil Murder turns around and Big L is sitting in the windowsill, pissed off. Who is Clifford? And I was like, yo, and he's like, you never send me any postcards or whatever. I'm so here for this love triangle, you guys. I am ready for it. It's gonna go down. But Uncle Clifford ends up also texting Lil Murda later on once they get in the car and asking him, is he okay? And I was just like, here we go. Yeah, let's go with with the love triangle. Not any that I thought I would be here for, but I am. I'm here for it. Like, why not? So, all right, so let's wrap it up. So we end up having a scene with Haley out there talking to Andre, and they talking about her selling and that she does eventually want to sell. She's like, yeah, that's what the whole thing is for. Like, I'm definitely selling. I don't give a shit. And Clifford is listening. Then Mercedes comes in. She's listening. They end up confronting Haley about it. Like, you just definitely want to sell. Like, you can care less. Haley's like, nah, I can care less. I'm a businesswoman. And, it's all about the money. Y'all could take the money and go open up the pink somewhere else. And they like, that's not the point. So they pissed off because they feel like she was there to ruin them in the first place. And then we have the health inspector come back and they're still not up to code. So she gets another violation. Uncle Clifford said, give it to her. They gave it to Haley. And yeah, Haley is public enemy number one at this point. So yeah, good episode. Like I said, it's getting better, and I'm here for I'm here for it. Yeah, if you are still here, you are the real MVP. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And if you have not just yet, please like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about it, y'all. What y'all think about Big T? Um, he's a pretty good actor, actually. He was getting his shit off, especially when he was talking about you just being a nigger no matter what. And I think he did a really good job at that. We have some really good scenes in this episode, very powerful, and it wasn't kind of preachy and in your face. So I really do appreciate that. But again, let's talk about it in the comments, you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Again, if you are still here, you are the real MVP, and I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.